there's no gimmicks. There's no fake schedules. It's the math, the science, the physics behind what makes things go fast. I'm Steve Huff. I've been involved in building and racing vehicles since I was a kid, and not because I had a bunch of money or anything, but because I didn't have anything better to do. I was always intrigued. I grew up with a single mom, left me alone. I'm a product of free-range parenting, and I get on your bicycle and go fast, and what that turned into. And the math and science and physics always intrigued me. I always got it. I had a knack for it. I always found how those related in real world applications, whether I was building a house or building a car. The speed, the power, the science, that was my passion. We watch these shows that just get gimmicky, and there's no takeaway. The shows I watch for takeaway, shows like Modern Marvels, like Impossible Engineering. These things are awesome. They're fantastic, and I love them. But they have nothing to do with me. I don't own a battleship. I don't own a skyscraper. I get it, but what we want to do, it applies to every person. I have 14 world records on my wall. I want to demystify and give up some of my secrets and explain them. The science of speed is exactly what it sounds like. It's not about racing. It's about what it takes to go fast, or what it takes to be efficient. Where did these things come from? Where did these ideas come from? Since the Wright brothers, we've been looking at airplane wing design, and how has that gotten into vehicles today that we drive, and we're looking for fuel mileage, and where do these people come up with the math behind it, the science behind it? I just happen to race. I kind of bookend it with racing. It's what I do. I prove it. I set world records. My race team right now is composed of some incredibly bright people. I've got a guy, Doug Earl. He's a graduate from the Vehicle Research Institute, which is here at Western Washington University under Professor Dr. Seal. That's a program that develops the best and brightest automotive engineers in the world. I've got another guy on my team who has a degree in robotics from MIT. His name's Eric Ingebretson. A degree in robotics from MIT. Wow, these guys are on my team. This is my think tank. We draw on some of the brightest minds that there are, not just in racing. Racing really doesn't have anything to do with it. It's not. We're not out trying to race another person. We're out pushing the limits of math, science, physics, and finding ways to trick it and keep it safe. Eventually, I've got to put my ass on it and ride it. So, if we do what the last guy did, we will only go as fast as the last guy. We have to find something new. These minds, we're the best in the world, and we still miss things by 0.08 miles per hour. That's the limit that we push this stuff to. One of the things that we love as a racer is titanium. Where does titanium come from? Well, 250 million years ago, a star blew up, and some of it's landed on Earth, and while the Earth was being formed. There's a very limited, finite amount of it. It's incredibly expensive. It's used for two things: screwing bones back together in your body and making parts for engines, because it's ultra strong and ultra light. But, how do you manufacture something like that? There's very few people and processes to be able to manufacture it. How do you afford it? How can we apply it? As a culture, we are so intrigued by speed. The bullet train in Japan goes 225 miles an hour, man. Do you think that's fast enough? You'd think so, but no. The country, they just made another one in China, the Shanghai one, tested at 300 miles per hour. Why? Why do we need to get to work at 300 miles per hour? And what are the things that we're doing to make that happen? And I want to show how it relates to the viewer, what they have in their garage. What their train ride to work really meant.